Alright guys, today's video is on cleaning some Vossen rims, tires, wheels, whatever you want to call it. And I got some neato grapplers on here, and I've been looking for all kinds of products over the years to really shine these bad boys up and make them look their best without a ton of effort. Now, I know there's more products than what I'm going to show you today, but these are the ones that I'm using that actually work well. And guys, I'm not being sponsored. These weren't given to me or sent to me for free or anything like that. I just tried a whole bunch of different ones, and these are the ones that did great. Now, these are Vossen rims or Vossen wheels, and I thought, well, shoot. I did some research, and Vossen actually makes their own, and believe it or not, it did really well. So I've got the Vossen Wheel Tire Cleaner, and I've got the Vossen Wheel Detailer. Those are the two items that are going to clean the wheels and make them look really good. And then I'm going to finish it off with some Dura dressing for the outside to make it look really good. I've been using this for years, and it is awesome because it makes them nice and shiny, and it doesn't throw sling all over the vehicle. I've used other products in the past that did a horrible job at that. Have great luck with this. So usually when I find a product that works, I just stick with it. I don't keep trying other products. So again, like I said, that's what brought me to this point, because I've tried all kinds of other products and very unsuccessful with making my rims actually look really good and shiny. So without a ton of effort. So without further ado, let me show you what the rim looks like now close up, so you can see kind of how dirty it is. This is about a normal everyday look, because they don't stay clean for very long. So here we go. All right, look at these bad boys. This is what we're dealing with first. You know, we got a little browning around the outside edge of the tires, and then, you know, inside there and on the edge of the rims, it is nice and dirty, as you can see. So we're going to fix all that with very little effort, and we're not going to use a power washer either. We're just going to use just a regular hose with a spray nozzle. Okay, so step one, make sure, and it says in the directions on the back of both these bottles, make sure the wheel is not warm and in direct sun. So unfortunately, we have some wind this morning, so forgive me if the audio is not the best because of the wind. I'm trying to be on the opposite side so it's not so freaking windy. So we'll see how this goes. But we're in the shade, it's early in the morning, it's nice and cool. And again, I'm not going to use a power washer, I'm just going to use a hose. So let's grab my hose, and we're just going to rinse this off to try and get as much dirt as we can off of it without a power washer. Normally I would use a power washer, but for sake of this video, we're gonna make a mess. There we go. So we got it nice and rinsed. So the first thing we're gonna do is the wheel and tire cleaner. Now it does say when you spray it on the tire and the wheel, that you leave it on for maybe a minute or two until it starts to discolor, and which will show more on the tire than the wheel itself. So we're going to spray all the nooks and crannies and around the edges until it turns colors. And then inside here, now my rims have these little stupid small areas that I have to hit with a fine brush. But yeah, spray all that in there. All right, and I'm just gonna let that sit for a second. Now I know there's other products out there that I've seen that you can spray on, do nothing, and then spray off. I tried some of those. Some of those didn't work. Actually, all of those didn't work extremely well for me. So this one has worked really well, and it's super easy. It doesn't take much scrubbing, which I really like, and it seems to do a really good job. Now, I will use two separate cloths for drying. One for the actual wash cycle, when we're using the wheel and wash cleaning fluid here, and then after we get it dry, then we'll come back with the wheel detailer, and we'll use another clean cloth for that. So, and then let me go over some of the products while we're waiting for this to kind of sit on there for a second. You know, if you don't have a nice tire foam, this is great. I go through them like crazy. I probably need to order another one. This is starting to harden up just a little bit, but this makes it super easy to clean the tires with your little dressing when we get to that point. Now, a couple brushes I use this soft brush here to do the actual wheel itself on the big parts. On the interior parts, I use this foam piece with a little handle so I can get in and get all inside there. And then the little stinking holes and small holes, I'll use this little brush here to get all the little pieces of dirt and grime on the inside parts. And then I use a hard brush like this for the outside area. So as you can see, it's starting to turn a little brownish on the outside. So we're gonna start with this outside area. Do a nice little scrubbing. Doesn't take too much. I always try to get the inside all the way to the outside edge where I'm going to apply the coating. All right, there we go. That's pretty good there. All right, now we're going to do this brush on the wheels. And again, I just try to get the big portion with this. And I'll probably spray just a little bit more on there since it's starting to kind of dry a little bit. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more on this inside area and then some of those holes. Okay, and then we'll use this on the inside holes. Just trying to get all the little nooks and crannies that the brushes, other big brushes don't get. Oh yeah, not too bad. There's not too many of them. Just trying to get everything nice and clean. There we go. All right. And of course around the stem, I always use a little brush for that too. Now we're going to use this brush for the inside. I just stick it into each little section and get all the way back as far as I can to get inside that rim area. Mine's pretty easy as far as getting into the rim, which is nice. I just go all the way around the wheel in each section. All right, and I've seen some other brushes that are different than this that have like the bristles and stuff. This one seems to be pretty good. I may try a different brush at some point. If you guys have a different suggestion on this type, let me know in the comments down below. But this one seems to work pretty well. Now everything's nice and clean. Now we're gonna do a little rinse and wipe the wheel down. There we go. Look at that, all that nastiness coming off there. Oh yeah. Make sure to rinse it really good to get all that off there. I'm gonna change it from to a cone here. No, not that one. Maybe shower. There we go. Again, not using a power washer, just trying to rinse and get all this dirty grime off these rims. Again, I'd probably use a power washer, but I'm just showing you, you don't have to have a power washer to use this product. Oh yeah, there we go. I think, all right. Looks like we got everything off of it now. There we go, I think we're done with the water. Just like that. Let me get you a close-up shot. This is what it's looking like. There we go, look at that. That's not bad there. And that's just with a nice little clean brushes and scrubbing it down. Now we're going to dry it out. So get you back all aimed in there. All right, so we're going to use the blue, this one here, and we're going to dry the whole rim completely before we apply any of the detailer. So depending on which rims you have, depends how easy it is to get all the way in there and just try to reach as far as you can in this rim And you're gonna see some dry spots, like where it's kind of almost discolored a little bit after you clean it. And those are all gonna go away once you apply the detailer. And sometimes I pull the vehicle forward a little bit after I try to wipe it down, because there's certain areas of the rim you really can't get to as well, depending on where it's located at. But yeah, you can kind of, I don't know if you can kind of see, but it's kind of discolored around this outside edge a little bit. And again, that's because, you know, you're just cleaning it up and you just use wheel cleaner on it so far. We haven't got any detailer on it. Try to get as much of that water off as possible, but they're already looking really good. So now my rims have this little area behind here, and the only way I know to get those is actually take my towel, and almost like you're like putting it behind your back, trying to clean your back, and I'll go back and forth like this, trying to get it nice and clean behind each of these little spokes. They may make little brushes or other stuff for that, but this seems to work really well. Just going back and forth a couple times. I'm just trying to dry it really good. All right, man. See, it's not too bad so far. Not too bad at all. And then the magic happens when we spray on that mist detailer. I just try to get as dry as I can, as much dirt off as I can before we get to that point. All right, there we go. And like I said, I try to use different towels, one just for this part. Looks like that's all nice and dry. I'm just trying to get as dry as I can before we start. And then I might just kind of briefly go over that just a little bit to get some of the water off the outside edge when I'm done, before we do the other detailer. Okay, so it's looking really good, but we're not done. We got one more, well, two more steps. We're gonna put now the detailer on the rim, the wheel, and then we're gonna put the coating on the actual tires. So now we're gonna take this stuff right here. This is the wheel detailer, and I like to have it on the mist. So we're gonna mist it really nice and good. All right, just like that. Don't need a whole lot, but I coat it pretty good, and then we'll come back, you know, get inside all these areas again. And this is, winds are picking up, so I think we got some rain coming in, of course. But this is just a good demonstration video on just cleaning these rims with this product. Oh yeah. And again, a lot of times I'll move the car forward after, just to try to get inside that rim on all the areas, because like this little section is really tough to get to. Some of it I can with my hand, but just makes it easier to just roll it just a little bit. Okay, we've just about got it. See, I don't have to go inside these areas too far because that brush got all of it earlier. Man, it's looking really good. I think we just about got all of it. Yeah. What's good is that inside area, man, that's what really makes it. I mean, it's getting all that inside area where you typically get all that brake dust and all the other junk that gets in there from going down the road. And our great roads that we have here. All right, man. Okay, so we're about done there. So we'll do a little bit around the outside edge. Now, here's where I'll add a little of this tire dressing, and this stuff is stinking awesome. It doesn't take too much either. So we'll do, got my foam thing a little bit wet. All right, so we'll put a little bit in the middle like this, kind of rub it in, and then we'll go around the outside edge. And it kind of has this tint or blue to it. Again, I am probably in the need of a new foam thing. This one's about gone on me because I used the crap out of it. I love this stuff on my tires, but I try to go up and down, different directions, try and get between all the treads, going all the way around. But it doesn't really need much more product than this on the outside edge. It goes, a little bit goes a long way on these tires. So, oh yeah, it's looking good. You don't need to cake it on like crazy. Like some people think you gotta just put a whole bunch on there. I don't know if you saw, but I didn't put a whole lot. So, look at that, my goodness. This is gonna look really good. And I try to get all the way to the edge, making sure there's no brown spots. I've seen some people put this in a spray bottle. You can do that too. I get a little bit on the rim, that's fine. We're gonna wipe it off here in a second with that other towel. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, there we go. It's looking really good. Yep, I think we got it. Cool. Then I'll grab this towel back and just final wipe the outside edge down where I kind of overlapped a little bit on the rim, just to keep it off there. Touch up a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that, my goodness. Oh yeah. What do y'all think? It's looking pretty good. I think I've just about got all the little areas now. And I mean, you can see it didn't take that long. And of course, I'm doing a video, so it's taking probably a little bit longer than normal. But let that dry a little bit. We'll do another little wiping down. I think we just about got all this other part done. The inside where these little bolts are. And again, I mean, you could really go with a fine-tooth comb. We were trying to really show off these rims and you're going to a show and you want it to just be absolutely perfect. But you know, this is really just for everyday driving. So these are gonna be dirty here probably later on today or tomorrow when I get on the road. But they're gonna hold up nice for the most part. I mean, these, especially this coating, unless it starts really just getting crazy with the weather and rain and whatnot, which it looks like we're fixing to get today or tomorrow. But hey, it's all good, it's all good. I mean, it's gonna look good for a little bit anyway. But I think we're about done here on these rims. So let me show you guys a close-up shot of what this looks like now. Now that we got a little bit of that, let's do a little bit more wiping down on these tires. Now that we got a little time on there with that coating. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. Just any little excess there. Yeah, I love these tires, man. These Nitos, I've had great luck with them. Those that can't read, these are the Nito grapplers. These are the, what were these? These are the 285, 55, 22s. I was going to get 24s, but I want 22s. All right. I think we're all good there, guys. So what do you think? We're going to get you a little close-up shot. And I think we're all good. I think we're all good. A little Vossen logo in the middle there. Man. All right, close-up shot. Here we go. There we go. Look at this. Inside there. And again, I could pull up and get just a little bit more on the inside of that rim. But you can see inside there. It's looking pretty good. And it'll hold like that until we go through our first mud puddle. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's it look really good with, you know, in my opinion, very little effort in some products that I've used in the past. All right, short video, one wheel. The rest of them are just duplicate what we just did on this one. So again, guys, no sponsorship, no nothing, just my own experience. Try it for yourself. No links down below. Just and they're not terribly expensive. I couldn't find these on Amazon, so I actually had to get them straight from Vossen, but it only took a few days. They're really quick on their shipping. So again, we've got the wheel and tire cleaner. That's what we use first. And we finish it off with their wheel detailer. And then on the tires, some tire coating from Dura Dressing or Dura Coating. So there you go with all the little brushes. Anyway, guys, any comments, questions? If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I haven't done any videos in a while. I've got this truck that I haven't even showed you guys, the full wrap and all the crazy accessories we put on it. We've just been busy, and I'll come back to it. So if you want any more videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. If you've got any awesome products you think I should try, leave them in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.